Hello sports fans, it is Wednesday, October the 30th, the year 2013, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. And we are ready for week number 9 in the NFL. The NFL season is just flying by. We are in week number 9. Yesterday I was talking about how we are in week 10 of the college football season already. Week 9 of the NFL. Football goes just too fast. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to our picks for Week 9. Let's start with the Thursday night game on Halloween. The Cincinnati Bengals are minus 2.5 at the Miami Dolphins. The Bengals are on absolute fire. They can do no wrong. They blew out the Jets last week. The Dolphins, the complete opposite. They've lost 4 in a row. The Dolphins are falling to pieces. Why is this spread only 2.5? I mean, the Dolphins have lost 4 in a row. Cincinnati looks like one of the best teams in the AFC. Why is this spread only 2.5? It's a scary spread because you look at it and you go, Cincinnati's going to win this game. Very scary spread, but I'm going to take Cincinnati. They're so hot, and Miami's lost 4 in a row. I can't take them. I'm going to take the Bengals. The spread scares me. It's only 2.5. I wonder why. I know it's a short week. The game's on a Thursday. The Bengals got to travel, but come on. The Bengals are playing better than Miami. I'll take Cincinnati minus 2 over the Dolphins in South Florida on Halloween night. Let's go to the Sunday games. The Carolina Panthers at home, minus 7.5 over the Atlanta Falcons. Carolina's playing really well. They've won 3 in a row. They're starting to be a consistent team now. It's a lost year for the Falcons. Too many injuries. They got all beat up on the defensive end. We know Julio Jones is out for the year. Jackson's always banged up. Roddy White's hurt. They have too many injuries, Atlanta. It's just a lost year for them. They'll regroup and they'll be back next year. I'm sure they'll be good next year. They're not good this year. Carolina's on a roll right now. They're home. I think Carolina handles their business here. I think Carolina buries Atlanta down in Carolina. I like Carolina minus 7.5 here. Let's go to the big D, Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are at home, minus 10 over the Minnesota Vikings. Dallas had that absolutely heartbreaking loss to Detroit last week, a game they should have never lost. They let it slip away. Minnesota looks like an awful, awful football team right now. I mean, they cannot get out of their own way. They keep switching quarterbacks. I mean, Minnesota lost to the Giants. I mean, they lost to the Giants a couple weeks ago. That's not easy to do. I am going to take Dallas here. I think Dallas rebounds off the bad loss, and I think they plaster Minnesota in the Big D. So I like Dallas minus 10 over Minnesota in Dallas. Let's go to the Meadowlands, not far from here, with the New Orleans Saints are minus 6 over the New York Jets. Jets got absolutely ambushed in Cincinnati last week, lost 49-9. Overall, the Jets have had a decent season. We thought they'd be one of the worst teams in the league. They've been very competitive. New Orleans, one of the best teams in the NFC. Now, they're not in the Superdome this week. We know they're a little better in the Superdome, but I still got to take New Orleans here. The Jets lost by 40 points last week. I can't take them off that loss. I'm going to take the Saints and their offense minus 6 to beat the New York Jets at the Meadowlands. Let's go to St. Louis, where the Tennessee Titans are minus 3 over the St. Louis Rams. The Rams should have beat Seattle. They're at the 2-yard line, had about 4 cracks to get in the end zone, couldn't get it in. Bad teams always find a way to lose, it seems. The Rams are not one of the worst teams in football. I mean, they're okay, but they're not playing with Bradford. Remember, Bradford's out for the year. They have bad quarterback play. They don't have a big offense. They have a lot of young guys on offense. They're still trying to find a running game. I like Tennessee here. Locker is back. I like Tennessee's defense. I think Tennessee is going to take care of St. Louis this week. So I'm going to take Tennessee minus 3 over St. Louis in St. Louis. Let's go to Buffalo, where the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs are minus 3 over the Buffalo Bills. Why is this spread only 3? I mean, Kansas City is undefeated, right? Buffalo is under 500, right? I'll tell you, it's a scary spread. It's kind of like that Cincinnati-Miami game. Now, Buffalo, they've been very competitive. I mean, even though they're playing with, a quarterback off the practice squad, their regular quarterback is hurt. Buffalo's been playing hard, been in all the games every single week. I don't think they can win this game, though. The Chiefs have a lot of karma right now. They're doing everything right. I'm going to take Kansas City until they actually lose a game. So I'm going to take Kansas City minus 3 up in Buffalo. The spread is scary, though. It's only 3 points. I mean, Kansas City's undefeated. Buffalo's under 500, but yet it's only 3 points. I'm going to take the Chiefs, though. Let's go to Washington, D.C., where the Washington Redskins are pick-em with the San Diego Chargers. I like San Diego here, believe it or not. I know San Diego could burn you at any time. I mean, we know they could have a bad performance at any time. San Diego has a lot of talent, and I do not like Washington's defense. I mean, Washington's defense is awful. We saw that last week against Denver. Washington was up, 21-14 going in the fourth quarter, and Denver put up 31 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, like it was nothing. I think San Diego's offense is going to move the ball up and down the field. San Diego has talent. They're in the playoff race. I think Washington's finished this year. I think San Diego beats Washington down in the nation's capital. Let's go out to Oakland, where the Oakland Raiders are -1 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Remember, no Vic at quarterback. It looks like he won't play. I guess they're going to go with Barkley. I don't think Foles is going to play as well. Raiders coming off a win against Pittsburgh. The Raiders are starting to do some things. Listen, they're far, far away from being a good team or a playoff team. But if you listen to me before, I'm not a fan of the Eagles. I mean, I don't like their defense. Now their offense can't score. They couldn't score a touchdown against the Giants. Couldn't score against Dallas. I'm going to take the Raiders here. They're home. They're off a win. They've been competitive. No Vic for Philly. I'm going to take Oakland here, -1 against the Eagles out in Oakland. Let's go to Seattle, where the Seattle Seahawks are -16 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, of course, winless on the year. Seattle escaped against St. Louis, got outplayed, but still won. They lose Rice for the year. They receive a torn ACL. That's a big loss for Seattle. Remember, Harvin hasn't come back yet, so now they lose Rice as well. Little thin in the receiving department for Seattle. But listen, Seattle at home is virtually unbeatable, and Tampa Bay doesn't have a win. Add it up, you're going to have a blowout here. I see Seattle cruising. They'll play better at home. They will bury Tampa Bay. I like Seattle -16 over Tampa Bay. Let's go to Cleveland, where the Baltimore Ravens are -2.5 over the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland actually played very competitive last week against Kansas City. They played really well. They rallied from 17 down. At one point, I thought they were actually going to win the game. They fell a little short. They played very hard. Baltimore has been very spotty this year. Baltimore really needs this game if they want to make the playoffs. Baltimore really, really needs to win this game. We'll see about Campbell at quarterback for Cleveland. He played well last week. Can he do it again this week? I'm going to take Baltimore. They really need this game. I mean, I don't trust Campbell. I mean, I know he played well last week, but he's had those moments in the past. He has a good game, then he has a bad game. And the Ravens, they're spotty. They're up and they're down. I say they're up this week. I say they take care of Cleveland. In Cleveland, I like Baltimore, -2.5 over the Browns. Let's go up to New England, where the New England Patriots are -6.5 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. To me, the Steelers' season ended last week when they lost to Oakland. If they would have won that game, they would have been 3-4, a game out of a playoff spot. You could see them doing some things. Now that they're 2-5, I think they're done. I think they are finished. New England's just more of a complete team. They're more together, even with their injuries. They're just better than Pittsburgh. I don't think Pittsburgh can go up there and win. I like Tom Brady and the Pats to take care of business. They will beat the Steelers. I like New England -6.5 over the Steelers. Let's go to Houston, where the Indianapolis Colts are -2.5 over the Houston Texans. Houston is going with Keenum at quarterback. It's a smart move. Let's see what he can do. He looked pretty good the first game he played. I like the Colts. I like the Colts here. Houston, I've been down on them all year. I mean, they have laid a complete egg this year, and Indianapolis has shown me a lot. They beat Seattle this year. They beat San Francisco this year. They beat Denver this year. What team can say that? And if they beat those teams, they can certainly beat Houston. I like Indianapolis -2.5 at Houston. And finally, the Green Bay Packers are at home -10.5 over the Chicago Bears. Bears are going the other way in a hurry. No Cutler. No way they're going to go to Lambeau and win this game. Green Bay's offense is too much for Chicago. Chicago got off to a nice start this year, but like I said, they're going in the wrong direction. Cutler's now out. I like Green Bay to cruise at Lambeau Field, historic Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. I like Green Bay to win easily over the Chicago Bears, so I like Green Bay -10.5 over the Bears. 6 teams have a bye week this week. Denver, Detroit, the Giants, Arizona, San Francisco, and Jacksonville all have a bye week. So that's where you are for your NFL picks this week. Tonight, World Series night. Red Sox 1 win away from winning the World Series. They are up 3-2. Remember, the last 2 games are in Fenway Park now. I would be shocked if St. Louis won these 2 games in Fenway Park. I told you Game 5 was going to decide this series. If St. Louis would have won that game, they had a realistic shot to win this series. They lost that game. Now St. Louis has to win both games at Fenway. I don't think that's happening. I think Boston is going to win one of these 2 games at Fenway Park. I think Boston is going to win the World Series. But must-watch TV tonight. Definitely tune in to Red Sox and St. Louis tonight. We'll see if the Red Sox celebrate. Also, you got your NBA. Of course, the NBA started last night. I did catch Indiana beating Orlando. I did catch Miami drubbing Chicago. I mean, Miami really sent a message. They buried Chicago, and those two teams were woofing at each other before the season started. Miami flexed their muscles last night. How about the Lakers last night? They just ran over the Clippers without Kobe Bryant. Nice win by the Lakers. I still don't think the Lakers are any good, even with Kobe Bryant. They'll be battling for the 8th spot maybe. What's with the Clippers? I mean, I know it's a long season, but come on. No Kobe Bryant. You can't beat the Lakers? I mean, this is a Clipper team that most people think are going to the finals. I am not sold on that for the Clippers. I am not enamored with the Clipper team. I mean, I like Paul, I like Griffin, but they have work to do. Doc Rivers has work to do with that Clipper team, and their defense was horrendous last night. So I did catch some of that. You got your NBA, of course, tonight as well. You got your NHL if you're into some hockey. Tonight, to me, tonight's a World Series night. You got to go with the World Series tonight. No football. Too early in the NBA and NHL season. It's a World Series night. Also, over the weekend, you have the Breeders' Cup. In the Breeders' Cup Classic, I believe Game On Dune is a big favorite. I am not going to pick Game On Dune to win. He's a huge favorite. I'm not going to pick him. A lot of people like Mucho Macho Man. I'm not going to pick him either. I'm going to go with Palace Malice and Will Take Charge. I'm going to play those two in an exacta. I'm going to say Palace Malice is going to win. Will Take Charge finishes second. And if you want to play the triples and the superfectas, maybe you put Mucho Macho Man third and Game On Dude fourth, something like that. But I'm going to pick Palace Malice to win, and I'm going to say Palace Malice Will Take Charge in my exacta. But like I said, Game On Dude, very big favorite. I think too big of a favorite. So you got your Breeders' Cup all day over the weekend, so definitely check that out, especially the Breeders' Cup Classic. So there you go. You guys are all set. You guys are all caught up. I will not be with you guys till Monday, and we'll recap the whole weekend, everything that went on in the sports world the last few days. You guys enjoy your Halloween. Be safe out there. Have a nice weekend. Remember to set your clocks back on Saturday. So you got a lot of stuff going on. You got Halloween tomorrow. I got my birthday on Friday. Saturday, you got to set your clocks back. You got a big NFL weekend. The NFL's okay this week. Not a lot of great games. College football's bad this weekend. Very bad week for college football. You got Miami, Florida State, but nothing else. NBA, you got NHL, and of course you got your World Series the next 2 nights, and of course the Breeders' Cup. So you guys got a lot to watch. I will be back with you Monday. We'll recap it all. You guys have a great weekend. Have a safe Halloween. Remember to set your clocks back. Fall back on Saturday. I will talk to you guys Monday. Take care.